The prison guard opened the wrong cell door and said, "Walk out now. Pretend you never saw me." "I don't understand," I said, not moving from my bunk. 3 years in Millbrook Correctional had taught me that nothing good came from guards acting outside protocol. My release isn't until next month. The paperwork hasn't even been processed yet. Officer Denise Tran stepped into my cell, her hand trembling as she pulled a flash drive from her uniform pocket. "Your appeals lawyer, Rebecca Stark, was found dead 2 hours ago. Carbon monoxide leak, they're calling it. But she called me first. She'd found proof you were framed, Antonio." My blood turned to ice. Rebecca had been my lifeline for 18 months. The only person who believed someone had planted evidence to put me here for Prosecutor David Lang's murder. No witnesses, no motive. Just my fingerprints on a letter opener and testimony from a jailhouse informant who'd vanished the day after my sentencing. Financial records showing payments to the lab tech who processed your fingerprints. Bank transfers from Judge Gerald Morrison himself, the same judge who sentenced you to 25 years. Denise's voice was barely above a whisper. Rebecca copied everything before they killed her. She was filing new motions today. Judge Morrison, the man who'd ignored every piece of evidence that could have cleared me, who'd allowed perjured testimony, who'd treated my trial like theater with a predetermined ending. The same man who'd looked my mother in the eye during sentencing and told her that her son was a cold-blooded killer who deserved no mercy. My mother, who'd worked 3 jobs to pay for my defense, who'd sold her house to cover legal fees, who'd believed in my innocence even when the evidence seemed overwhelming. "Why are you risking this for me?" I asked, still not moving toward the open door. Every instinct screamed trap, set up, another layer of the conspiracy that had already stolen 3 years of my life and destroyed my family's faith in the justice system. Because my brother Carlos was the real killer. Morrison's crew paid him $50,000 to murder Lang and frame you. Carlos bragged about it when he was drunk 3 weeks ago. Thought it was hilarious that some innocent guy was rotting in prison for his work. Her face hardened with a mixture of grief and rage. "They found him dead yesterday morning. Heroin overdose, they claim. But Carlos was clean for 4 years, had been working construction, trying to turn his life around after getting out of county lockup. The corridor was too quiet. No guard chatter, no keys jangling, just fluorescent lights humming overhead and someone crying in another block. The kind of silence that meant something was about to go very wrong, that the normal rhythms of institutional life had been deliberately disrupted. In 3 years, I'd never heard the prison this quiet during shift change. Carlos wasn't just bragging about your case," Denise continued, her voice getting more urgent. "He was providing details about dozens of other murders, other frame jobs, other innocent people who had been sacrificed to protect Morrison's network. He knew about judges taking bribes, prosecutors hiding evidence, cops planting drugs and weapons. They couldn't let him keep talking." She checked her watch with shaking hands. "I end my shift in 12 minutes. My replacement is Officer Frank Kowalski, who's been on Morrison's payroll for 6 years. The same man who beat inmate Rodriguez to death last year and made it look like gang violence. Once Kowalski gets here, they're going to eliminate you. Probably make it look like you attacked me during rounds." I stared at the flash drive in her trembling hand. Such a small device to contain evidence that could destroy a conspiracy reaching into the state's highest courts. But even if I believed her, even if the evidence was genuine, walking out of this cell meant becoming a fugitive. Everything on that drive would be dismissed as fabrication by a desperate escaped convict seeking revenge against the system that had rightfully imprisoned him. "Rebecca had multiple contacts," Denise said, reading the doubt in my eyes. "Not just local FBI, but federal prosecutors, journalists, civil rights attorneys. She'd been building a network of people who couldn't be bought or intimidated. Agent Lisa Park was her primary contact, but there were backup plans, other people who could verify the evidence independently." The sound of heavy footsteps echoed in the corridor, getting closer with each second, keys jingling with each step. Full story on my channel and linked below.